One of them. Okay. Hey, you gotta get it in, get both of them in. Find that time. We got that time somewhere. We got it somewhere. We just gotta dig deep. What are y'all? How are y'all feeling about the market right now? What's your take on it? Yeah, it's a lot of fear, man. Especially if you're the type of person that looks at the news all the time. Oh, you're definitely in panic mode. That news will have you scared of your own shadow. You see your shadow. Oh, man, gotta be careful with that stuff. But they want to pump that fear inside of you so you'll miss opportunities because you're scared. It's all about the mind. They know that. They control the media. So, hey, if you control the media, you can control a lot of stuff. They can put a complete lie on there like they do a lot. And they know the masses, everybody's going to believe it. They know it. They know it. I'm going to start this off for one of my favorite books, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. They say the law of your mind is the law of belief. This means to believe in the way your mind works, to believe in belief itself. The belief of your mind is the thought of your mind. That is simple, just that and nothing else. So the law of your mind is the law of belief. That means to believe in the way your mind works, to believe in belief itself. The belief of your mind is the thought of your mind. That is simple, just that and nothing else. So your thoughts turn into feelings. Your feelings trigger the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind produces the results that you experience every single day. And once something gets in our subconscious mind, which means when it becomes a habit, you got to work hard to break it if it's a bad one. You got to work hard to put the good ones inside because a lot of us was brought up, the wrong way. Struggle, single parent home, maybe got in a little trouble here or there. So your parents was fighting when you was growing up. All kind of stuff just mess with our mind when we're growing up and the environment that we're in that really shapes who we are today. So in order to get out of that situation, what we got to do is work on our mind and reprogram ourselves. And the only way you do that is with new information. So you can't keep running on the old program expecting different results. Let's call it insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. So you got to reprogram, get that old programming out of you that we got from school, the schools we went to, the people we grew up around. Like they say, when you come to this world, you come fresh, clean slate. And our paradigm gets shaped by circumstances, the stuff we go through, people we grew up around. You could be whatever nationality you are now, but if you grew up in Asia, you'll be speaking their language. So if you see some areas in your life that you need improvement in, chances are you got to do some reprogramming. I know a lot of reprogramming with that subconscious mind. You can listen to affirmations while you sleep because your subconscious mind never rests. It's always going. That's how your body and all this stuff function without you doing anything. You think you pressing a button and your heart start beating? No. it automatically just operates. God put it together and it flows. So our subconscious mind never sleeps. So that's a good time to program it. Right before sleep, they say 5 minutes before sleep and 5 minutes when you wake up. Now, what's this guy? A guy. If you guys are on YouTube, look up a guy named Joe Dispenza. He's really heavy on meditation and all the programming of your subconscious mind and all that good stuff. But he have you to put together what's called a mind movie. And it really works, guys. I got to build me a new one because everything that I put on my mind movie, wow, thank you, God. Everything I put on I just realized, talking to y'all, I just realized this thing. Everything except one thing that I'm working on now, but everything is manifest off my mind movie. If you got an iPhone, I don't know about the Android, but if you got an iPhone, he have you to put like a couple pictures, whatever you want to manifest. Let's say if it's a car, if it's a house, if it's business, big business, if it's a jet, all that stuff. You put it into like a movie, couple of pictures, you put it in an iMovie and let it play like a movie where it go through and you just see it. 5 minutes before bed and 5 minutes when you wake up. Just look at it. Just look at it, man. Just I guarantee you do it for 30 days and watch what happens. But you got to be disciplined. Do it for 30 days. If you fall off, get right back on it. Because it takes discipline to do it. But I promise you, man, from my results, and look them up again, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I put him in the if you guys want to know, you know how to reach out to me. I'll let you. You can look them up on YouTube, man. But it's called a mind movie. You probably can Google it. It's called Mind Movie. And it's man, I don't. It's different. That's all I can say. It's different. But back to the money, guys. But the mindset is first because you got to believe it mentally first in order to see it physically. Back to the money. So I would say with this, we are in a recession. We're definitely in a recession. They're not going to say it in the news because they don't want to make everybody panic. If everybody panic, then this market definitely won't come back no time soon. Because that means nobody's not going to do any spending. They're going to cut all the spending off, which cripples the economy. So this virus already is crippling, putting a dent into everything. So hey, that economy, we're in a recession, guys. So now, hold on, back to the recession. For how long? That's the question. Who knows? Maybe it lasts a year. I'm thinking it's going to last a year. But I'm not God. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict that. I'm thinking about a year, but it may go longer. It just depends. If they get everybody back up and working, I would say probably within the next couple of weeks, next 30 days, then I don't think it'll be a long recession. If they're talking about locking down every state, guys, and you got to stay in the house for 2 or 3 months, hey, it may go a long time. It may be a long time, guys. We may get a good year out of this. But I'm telling you right now, it's the time to follow up on those old leads, man. I'm telling you, it's the time. You got to think about it. People are out here spending money that they don't have, buying extra groceries, buying extra medicine, extra Lysol. You go in the store, guys, you can barely find a bottle of Lysol. Let's be real. You can barely find a bottle, man, of Lysol. They're going nuts. Got Lysol for days. When it's all over with, I mean, what you gonna do with 100 bottles of Lysol you got in your closet? It's gonna go back to $1 or $3. So, hey, they got people you better keep your receipt. Well, those of you who went out about 50 gallons of water, 50 packs of water. I don't know how many was in the packs. 50 packs of water. You bought all the toilet tissue. You better have a yard sale. Because, hey, you're going to be stuck with that stuff. They said we're not even out of toilet tissue, man. And people going nuts about it. Say we're not even, all of our toilet tissue doesn't come from China. So hey man, they spending a lot of money, which is going to put them in a hole. And then for people who have jobs and who's already paranoid and spent all that money, and that's going to be like a domino effect. It's going to be rough for a lot of people. So people are going to start liquidate. And if they got two properties, they're going to liquidate their second home quick. So that's why it's going to be good, guys. Follow up with the expired listings also. Expired listings, hey, they want to sell. They definitely want to sell right now. They're going to be more motivated to sell. Hey, I'm under pressure. I need money. And my house, I had it listed for 6 months and it didn't sell. I need a way out. So hopefully you're a transaction engineer, which means you know how to do more than one transaction. When you contact the seller, guys, you can make them 3 to 4 offers and close the deal. Doesn't matter which way they want to go. They want a cash deal. We got one for you. We got a cash check for you. If they want let's say if it's a lease purchase, a wholesale lease option. It's so many strategies. But if you can present them with all of these offers, because we normally do a cash offer, even if they got a mortgage, you got to put a cash offer. We do a cash offer, lease purchase offer, and an owner finance or subject to offer. We're going to give you 3. And, we used to like to put them on a letter of intent and send them in. Nah, I would say instead of, putting on the letter of intent now, it's really just time to get straight to the money. Write it all out, have it in front of you, and call the seller up over the phone and say, okay, well, after you talk to them and do your due diligence, then you go back and put you together a couple of offers, 3 offers, break it down, and then you give them a call and present the offers right on the spot. What you want to do, Mr. Seller? I don't even have to come to the house. I got right signature, or I got Adobe. So all I have to do is what? Put the contract into the right signature or Adobe, whatever you got, DocuSign, and send it over, guys. They could click on the button, open up the email, click on the button, and you got a contract in a couple of minutes, a signed contract. That easy. Shout out to Dave, man. God bless you, Dave. Dave went hard, man. Dave signed up for the masterclass, 4-week masterclass. 4-week subject to masterclass, and he already got a property under contract. Shout out to you, Dave. The house got, man, oh my God, the house got about, Dave, if you on the line, just come in. But the house has about 60,000 in equity. 60 to 70,000 equity. The guy told him he wanted 40. But the benefit of him being in the class, we're able to buckle right down on the deals and get straight to it. So the guy wanted 40. I told Dave, I said, well, go back to him. Tell him you'll give him 2,000 up front and 10 on the back end once you sell the house. So 2 up front, 10 on the back end. Or I told him, or 5 up front, because keep in mind, he's about 10,000 behind. You give him 5 up front, and then he get less on the back end. So that's 2 different ways you can work that. I like to get in as light as possible, especially when you got to make up repairs. If you got to rehab these properties and make up repairs or do a little bit to it, or if they're behind about 10 grand, you need to get in as light as possible. And the only way we give sellers money if they got equity. We're not just giving you money and you got 5,000 in equity. I'll give you moving money, but come on, man. And right now, you need to be getting these properties with some equity in it, especially if you're doing a sandwich lease option. If you're going to stay in the deal, now everybody may not want to do a subject to. That's fine. Some of the subject twos, you got to bring money to catch up the arrears. If you got a buyer's list, you could do a double closing to catch up the arrears. If you got a private money lender, you could use their funds to catch up the arrears and pay them back. So several ways you can work that. But if you don't, want to deal with the pressure of trying to find the money, cool. Look for you some deals where you could do what's called a sandwich lease option. And what is a sandwich lease option? To those of you guys who don't know what that strategy is, sandwich lease option is basically you finding a property, you're putting it on the contract, so you're leasing the property with the right to sublease it to someone else. So you're leasing the property with the right to lease it to someone else. And like I say, we like to get in light. So what we offer the homeowner is first month and a non-refundable security deposit, which normally equals whatever the first month is. So just say if that's $1,000 for the first month, then it'll be $1,000 for the security deposit. That's $2,000. So we agree to that. You agree to let me sublease this property out to a tenant buyer. Make sure if you're doing a sandwich lease, you want to get in with some equity because you're going to be managing the property. Now that's different from a subject to where you got to try to catch up these back payments. Now all subject twos are not going to be behind, so keep that in mind. I mean, my first one wasn't behind, so keep that in mind. People just will sell, but if you can get in light, that's fine. Get in light with these sandwich lease guys. Then you don't want to do a subject to. You don't want to do a sandwich lease on any properties that is behind or that are behind on payments. If you're behind on payments, we're not talking sandwich lease. That's a whole that's not even coming out of my mouth. If you're behind on payments, it's strictly subject to, baby, or owner finance. Subject to or owner finance, because hey, if you're not paying the mortgage on the lease, on your property, and you want me to do a sandwich lease, how do I know you're going to be making the payments this time? So I want control then. Now, the difference between the sandwich lease purchase and the subject to, with the sandwich lease, you don't have you have a little control, but you don't have control because you don't own the property. You're just leasing it with the right to sublease, but it is an agreement. So by law, they got to stick to the terms. But if you get in on the sandwich lease, guys, make sure you got some equity, at least about a good $20,000 spread from what it's worth. And I'm thinking the value is probably going to take a little hit. If properties go to foreclosing, like heavily, then it's going to start affecting the numbers and the market. And the market is going to start going down. The values will go down. So if a lot of foreclosures pick up, guys, that value is going to start dropping. Boom, 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 boom. It's going to start dropping. But my thing is, I'm excited because it don't matter which way they want to go. We got an answer for you. We got an answer for you. If you want to wholesale, let's go. You want to do a wholesale lease option? Let's go. You want to do a sandwich lease option? Let's go. You want to do an option? Let's go. Want to do owner financing? So you want to make sure you become a transaction engineer, guys. So it don't matter what the market does. You will get paid no matter what. No matter what. If a lot of foreclosure happen, guess what? It's short sale time. That's it. You just switch gears. You just switch gears, guys. But that's why it's so important to get more tools in your toolbox. Because you got more tools in your toolbox, it doesn't matter what happens with the market, baby. Yeah, you can handle any transaction. It doesn't matter. So it's going to be a lot of more motivated sellers. It's going to be foreclosures. Like I said, if this virus keep things down for about 3 to 4 more months, guys, I believe we're gonna have a good year or more of a lot of foreclosure activities. It's gonna be domino effect. Boom, 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 boom. I'm already seeing businesses people going out of business, just local mom and pop stores. They putting going out of business signs up and selling off everything. So it's some crazy times, man, right now. If you can help somebody in need, guys, help them out as much as possible. And if you're dealing with pre-foreclosure, we always like to ask the person, we always like to ask the person, do you want to keep your house or sell your house? Because that's going to make a difference. Do you want to keep your house or sell your house? They want to keep it, then we'll give them some advice to help them keep it. Especially if they got a job getting ready to come around where they can afford it. then we're like, okay, well, we'll give you this advice, and if it doesn't work out, then give us a call. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they work it out. So that'll be your way of giving back. That's why you always want to make sure. You always want to ask that question. And then that'll let you know if you deal with a motivated seller or not. Look at my boy Dave. Okay, Dave, I see you. Guys, everybody who's on the conference call, we're live too on YouTube. So you can go back and see any of these questions and stuff like that. We're still going to open up for questions, guys, in a couple of minutes. But guys, it's a great time. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited, man. It's been a while, man. We've been had to negotiate. We had to give a little more than I like to give up to some of these situations. We had wholesalers coming in overbidding. We have Zillow and OfferPad and all of them coming in and paying crazy prices for properties, man. I heard they was paying 90% for houses. Zillow and OfferPad and companies like that. 90% of the ARV. So who don't want to sell to them? As is too. Man. Hey, I'll sell all day. I see why they was buying up a lot of houses. But due to this virus, they've been off. They're off. So they're off a couple of weeks, guys. So you better get it in. If you're a wholesaler, you better get it in quick. Put these houses under contract. Because they're off right now. They're definitely off. Now you want to get some deal closed, guys. You got to hit motivated sellers. Motivated sellers. I'm gonna tell you the first list that people run to. The first list that people run to. That all these seminar guys tell them to go to. Out of town owners. Man, there's so many people got their list. It's pathetic. That's one of the easiest lists it is to find. Out of town owners. And the easier it is to find the list, the more people got it. The more people got it. You want some people that need this, that gotta sell right now. Right now. Not you don't want to talk to the people who thinking about selling next year sometime. Yeah, okay, I'll follow with you next year. You want some people that gotta sell right now. Like, no, I'm sorry. So you want people that gotta sell like yesterday. And who are those people? Pre-foreclosure. Boom. Bankruptcy. Probate. My girl Deanna, she has the list, guys. Reach out to me. Or you can reach out to her law clerk on demand. On IG, she got the probate list. Tell her your boy Mr. Transaction sent you. She's really good lady. She got the list in Georgia, so holler at her at Deanna, or give me a call. Or, you can get at me and I'll give you guys her information. Let's see what else list we have. Probate. We got on probate. Divorce. I haven't found the divorce list yet. But you know what? That means it's a lot of opportunity there. A lot of opportunity there. Remember I said the harder it is to find the list, the better. The more gems are inside of it. And it's not a divorce list from what I can see. Bankruptcy list, I only know one person that has that list. Only one person that has that list. So that list there is gold too. But you got to make sure, guys, don't keep jumping list to list to list to list to list. You got 5,000 leads. Come on, man. Get you a good list. At least 500 to 1,000, especially if it's just you by yourself. Or you got one more person. You need to focus on that 500 to 1,000 leads. But make sure they're motivated leads, not these dead leads. Motivated seller leads. And you keep working them, guys. You got to hit them by phone. You got to hit them by text. You got to hit them by email. You got to hit them by mail. You got to hit them for different avenues because different people Reply back different. Some people like you to text them. Some people like you to email them. Some people like you to call them. Some people like to communicate. Hey, you send them a letter and they call you whenever. But you never just know, man. You never know which way a person gonna respond. That way you gotta just keep marking till you get them. And then usually just say, for example, if you get them by text and you call them by phone, they won't hardly pick up. Cool. That means just text them then. Text them back and forth. That's how they like to communicate. If you get one by email and they don't answer the phone or reply from a text, cool. Reply back by email. Remember, you got to model your seller, guys. Model your seller. And listen. When you're talking to these sellers, listen. Listen more than you talk. Because they're going to tell you what they need all day. They're going to tell you what they need, and your job is to fix the problem. How can I fix this problem, but in more than one way? How can I fix this seller problem, but in more than one way? Let me give him more than one option. People love options. You don't want to go to the grocery store and they just sell milk. He's like, oh man, you gonna get pissed off. And there's the grocery store next door and they got everything else. Come on, how many clients you think they're gonna get just selling milk? Everything in the store is milk. Also, guys, if you got the subject to course, check your course. We put some new updates in there. I think we did some updates today, but we're gonna have some more stuff updated this weekend. So check your course. We're gonna put a copy of a HUD one, so you guys can see when you close on the property, what fees you have, what numbers to look for, and all that good stuff. Explain to you the HUD one, and the HUD one is a settlement statement. For those of you guys who haven't closed on a property, a HUD one or settlement statement is just what you get, at closing. It shows all the numbers. That's what you want to definitely see. That if you're going to be doing like a subject to closing, you want to have that HUD one as soon as possible from your attorney office, so you can know what you need to come out of pocket with. They're going to make sure too, guys, when you get a house under contract, you get a title search done. You need to send your contract off to an attorney and have a title search done. Do not do any tabletop closings. And tabletop closing, what they used to do back in the day, sit down, you sign a deed, hey, and you go on about your way, it's over with. Don't do that, guys. I had a seller buck on me like that. It wasn't a good thing. So I had a seller buck back in the days when we were doing that. Oh man, don't do it. Close with an attorney. And I had one of my friends who got a lot of subject to. He was doing some back in the day. They used to just close like that, but you really shouldn't do that. Don't do it. I don't advise it now. But my buddy, he did tabletop closing and had to go to the courts, and they got it for practicing law without a license. So make sure you close with an attorney. You're doing a Salmons lease option, then you don't have to close with attorney on the front side. Just the seller signed the agreement, you and the seller signed the agreement. But once you find that tenant buyer, I will make sure I close with attorney, because it makes it seem more real and more realistic, and the likelihood of them coming back trying to get the down payment back from you if they don't buy is very slim. So because the attorney is going to sit there and explain to them the agreement, and you shouldn't be paying them more than about $200 or $300 when they close on the backside, and you have them to pay for that on the backside. The $200 or $300 to close on the backside once you located the lease purchase tenant buyer, have the buyer pay for that. So it's only $200 or $300, and have an attorney or a title company, depending on where you are, have them close the transaction for you on the backside. That way they take it real, and he's going to explain to them the agreement. That way they can't say, because if you do it, then they go in front of a judge, they may have a chance to get their money back. And also make sure when you get somebody in these properties on a lease purchase, Make sure you make a hard copy. I mean, you're gonna have a hard copy, but make sure you scan all those documents and keep them in your computer, guys. Because man, I had a situation like that too. I didn't have my agreement, the hard copy. We had just moved. I don't know where I put it at. Guess what? I ended up having problems with that seller because she wasn't paying, and I had to file eviction on her. And I couldn't prove that, she had a copy of the check, but I didn't have my option fee showing that the option fee was non-refundable. I didn't have my document, and that cost me $5,000. So learn from my mistake. Learn from my mistake. Make you a copy in your laptop. Hey, that's why you hire us for the coaching. Guys, we done made all the mistakes. Still making mistakes, but not as much as when you first start. So like I tell people, with a coach, you're gonna pay either way. You're gonna pay out of your pocket, or you're gonna pay by all the mistakes that you make. But I guarantee you're gonna pay. That's a guarantee. You're definitely gonna pay. But guys, if you're in this business to win and for the long haul, you definitely want to start learning all the strategies, man. Learn all the strategies. And this one business will be, you say the average multimillionaire have multiple income streams. But once you learn all these strategies and get you some team, put people in place, then you have multiple income streams from real estate. You have income stream from doing, subject twos, wholesaling, wholesale lease options. Like it's 4 or 5 different ways, 4 or 5, 6 different ways you can buy houses. So you just master one strategy, move to the next. Master one strategy, move to the next, implement people, and just keep, you have multiple income streams within the business. Also guys, just to help you guys out, who's out there, you guys don't have any information, just to help you out, I'm doing 50% off on everything on our website, MrTransactionEngineer.com, to help you guys out so you can learn. Because the more you learn, the more you earn. So make sure you get this knowledge, but not only get the knowledge, implement, guys. Implement. And don't be scared to make mistakes. You're going to make them. You're going to make them. I mean, there's no way around it. You can avoid some mistakes, but not all of them. But they're just lessons. You learn to keep going. Just learn to keep going. Don't let it beat you down. Like they say, stuff happens. I'm not gonna cuss today. I'm being nice today. So stuff happens, man. Pick yourself up and keep going. I wish I could say every deal went great. I'll be lying to you. Some went south. Hey, some went left, some went right. But I'm still here. You're gonna learn, baby. It's just lessons. Don't beat yourself up if you said the wrong thing on the phone. So what? You learned the lesson. Go back next time with more confidence. And make sure if you're just starting and you're doing phone calls and stuff like that, make sure you record your phone calls. That way you can go back and play it and listen to it and see how you can make some improvements. That will really that'll really help you get your game tight. Record your conversation and come back and listen to it. Come back and listen to it. So I'm going to open up for questions, guys. Open it up for questions. Let's go. Better get me a Yeti. Okay. The book can answer my question. Okay, David is on here. What's up, Dave? Dave turned up over there, man. Shout out to Dave, man. Get Dave. How much is that house worth? I think it's worth $280. He got a steal, man. $2,000 up front, $10,000 behind. Nice house. I think it was built in 2004 or 5, all brick. First subject to deal. Dave, that was my first deal too. Let's see. Yeah, somebody says Zillow actually losing money. Man, they gonna lose a lot of money. That doggone market drop. They buying too high, man. You can't buy like that, man. That's a real rookie mistake. DeAnthony Dupree, he said, does my subject to course come with mentoring on the first deal? Nah, we will partner with you on a deal. It just depends on where it is and the numbers. We will partner with you on a deal, depending on where it is and where the numbers are. No, but it should be enough information in the course to help you get started. Now, it does come with 60 days of email coaching. So we do look over your contracts and all that stuff. So you get online coaching. And you get the Q&A. You get the Q&A 3 times a month. We do it 3 times a month. But for the last 2 months, we've been doing it 4 because I want to, talk to people and let you guys know it's okay. I don't want you to get paranoid from the news and stuff like that. Hey, it's good. We're okay, guys. We're gonna be great. Like Tony the Titan. Great.
Oh my God.
Cerise.
Yes.
You have any questions?
Let me think. Okay, for the expired, like how many people do you think we should text per week to get like a deal? Like should we be texting like 1,000 people, 5,000 or more?
Man, so good question. She said, how many people should we be texting? Like I said, guys, get you a good list of 1,000 and work that list. You want to work that entire list. So you want to talk to everybody on that list. And if you don't have a number for them, then mail to them. Get an email address. And you need to update that list every time you do something with that person. Every time you send them a letter, every time you make a phone call, you got to really track that stuff. Because like I said, 80% of the deals it's in the follow-up. 80%. 80%. Because you build a rapport with these people. You build a rapport with them. And once you build a rapport with them, it's all yours. Now, some people, they're ready to go. But most people, you got to do a little rapport building. But some people, hey, they're ready to go. They got to go. You came at the right time. But 80% going to take that follow-up, that extra step. Like they say, going the extra mile. Like Napoleon Hill saying on Think and Grow Rich. It's going to take going that extra mile to get that deal. You just keep hitting that list. I work that whole entire list and keep following up. Following up. You're going to get deals out of it. I wouldn't get too bogged down like when I'm hitting 3 or 4 lists, that's going to have you all over the place. You won't be able to really zone in. It's just something about you focus in on something. So you can focus in real good on a list of 1,000, especially if it's just you and one more person working with it, or it's just you. You could zone in, put more attention and energy into that list. And then you can make more deals come out of it. Because you're following up with them. You know what's going on. You're making sure you're talking to the people. You're making sure you send. And guys, also, once you get in contact with a person and, they may not be ready right now, send them a follow-up email so they can have your information. Get their email address and send them a follow-up email. Hey, this is Eddie. It's a pleasure speaking with you. Call me if you need me. I'll follow up with you in about 30 days or so. I hope your deal works out. I hope everything works out. So now they got you on email. So just think they wake up in the middle of the night or up early in the morning or just any time of the day, they ready to sell. Shoot, they got your, oh yeah, they did email me. I can't remember his number, but let me see if I can find that email. Boom. got a deal. So make sure you get an email from them, and you can also send them a letter. But email is always it's free. But if you got the means to send them out a letter, send them a letter, because you're gonna get deals from letters too. Just keep in mind, unless you're doing them yourself, even if you're doing them yourself, it's still gonna cost you probably 50 cents out the door or less, But it's gonna take time. But you gotta do what you gotta do. That's all it boils down to. Gotta do what you gotta do. If you have to do everything right now, then do what you gotta do until you close enough deals to hire somebody. But like, we can't make any excuses, man. We gotta work overtime till we get to where we want to be. Man, I still work 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week. If it ain't physically, it's mentally. Shoot. But we gotta get it in. Let me see. Cool, Texas. Okay, Dave said. So back to Dave. Dave, shout out to Dave again, man, from New York City. Been in the Subject 2 Masterclass 4 weeks, guys, and got him one on the contract. Dave, how you feel about the class so far? I just something in me told me to do this class because I want to make sure people really get it. Because I know sometimes it takes some support to do some of these deals like this. Because you got to get over the mindset first that people will deed the house over to you. That's one question I always have people say, will somebody really do that? Yep, they do it every day. Next question, guys.
I have a question. This is Jerry.
What's up, brother Jerry?
Nothing much, Eddie. So my question is, how do you attract higher price tenant buyers? So in my market, I'm finding a lot of people who, let's say maybe they have about 10 grand and they can maybe pay $1,300 a month, $1,400 a month, and this is from online marketing on Facebook, Craigslist. This is also from Vantage Homes. But if I have a property where the price is higher, let's say it's $350,000 to $500,000, and the payment is closer to $2,000 a month, how do I find those tenant buyers instead of just the ones who have less money?
You talking about tenant buyers with bigger down payments?
Bigger down payments, and they can pay more monthly.
Well, now you got to make sure the houses fall within the market value, like on rental meter. If they're way over, like if the seller mortgage payment, they got a high interest rate, 5, 6, 7%, then it's gonna be hard to even get somebody to cover that. If that seller got a high interest rate, now you could have them to see if they can go back in and modify the loan. Sometimes usually a seller can do a loan modification every 2 years. Every bank is different, but normally every 2 years they can do a modification. So you may want to have them to go back and modify it. If they do modify it, though, you may not want to change that title because some of the banks will do a title search. And once they see that title been transferred, they'll make you deed it back over to the seller until the modification is complete. Bigger down payments, usually if a house look pretty good and in good condition, you usually can get it. And if they don't have all of the down payment, what we would do, just say we wanted 15,000 down and they only had 10 and the monthly payment is 1,200 a month. Well, we say, well, we was looking for 15 down. In order to get this house, you're gonna have to pay an extra $200 a month towards the down payment. Then you just calculate that 5,000 over, how long you want to give them a time to pay it. Or you could do it for a year until they get their what's that check? The refund check, I don't never get a check. So the tax refund check, and having to pay the balance then, the remaining balance.
Okay, but you're saying when the houses are nicer, you can usually get that monthly payment even if it's a little higher, like around 2,000.
No, if it's over average, it's gonna be hard. If you check
Well, no, like if it's high on Rent-A-Meter, like let's say it's high on the average is high on Rent-A-Meter.
Okay.
It's a nice house. You're saying you could probably find that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem if it's a nice house. What size house are you dealing with? You talking about like the last one, like the kind of one that we got up there? What?
No, this other one is a lot nicer than that. It's a lot larger. This is about 3,000 square feet. It's completely renovated on the inside, and it's a nice property. But it's a bit higher, and they want a little bit over 2,000 a month. And I just know based on these other properties, like the one we do have, and the other one that I was showing you, those that I've had some trouble. But you're saying that if the property is nicer, it can typically generate a higher type of tenant buyer. It sounds like.
Right. Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem. What is Rent-A-Meter saying about the monthly payment?
See, Rent-A-Meter says that it could bring in I think 2,800 a month or 2,800 a month.
Okay. What you been getting so far?
And I mean, it's something that I'm just getting under contract. I just negotiated it last night. They only want 2,200, but I haven't had anybody who's been willing to pay anything near that for any of the other properties I've had. So I'm thinking forward in terms of the market.
Okay.
Looking at using different marketing strategies.
Okay, so you're in advance. You're thinking in advance on it. Yeah, I would definitely put it on Facebook Market. When you put it on Facebook Market, like put it in the for sale section and the for rent section. But I will make sure my picture, like you can go to Canva. They got all kind of stuff now. You can go in and just make sure you put like rent to own on somewhere on the picture. So when somebody click on the picture, when they're scrolling through, they'll see it say rent to own or lease purchase. In that 300,000 tax bracket, I would put lease purchase. I would use lease purchase instead of rent to own.
Lease purchase, okay.
Make sure you put that on the front picture. You can put it on every picture on there, but definitely the front picture. So when somebody's scrolling, they'll see, oh, let me stop.
I just got a question.
Okay.
So, this is Tasha, I came in late. So my question to I didn't get his name. So when he said he was doing bandit signs for the houses, are he doing just bandit signs, or is he doing directional signs also? Because directional signs seems to work for me. I'm just asking.
Well,
are you saying?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking, are you just doing bandit signs, or are you doing like directional signs also? So to kind of lead people to the property to see the front of the property. I know you just ready to get this on the contract, but I was just asking, have you ever did directional, or you just do bandit?
That's a good question. For the properties that I have used bandit signs for, whenever someone calls the bandit sign, there's a voicemail set up and they get an automatic text reply that has information about the property, has a picture, it has a link to the virtual tour, and it tells it kind of has the sales price and all that information. Because so instead of just sending a ton of people to the property, since the ones that I have kind of been in subdivisions that are kind of quiet, I don't want to just have a ton of people going there at once. I could try to pre-screen people before sending them there.
Right, I got you. There's a lot of yours in subdivision. I understand.
Next question, guys. Okay, Jermaine, maybe Tasha, you from North Carolina, and anybody from North Carolina on here maybe can answer this. But he said, in the states such as North Carolina that have an approved purchase and sale agreement, do we have to use that agreement and then attach an addendum subject to doc to the purchase and sale, or is it okay just to use my own subject to docs in North Carolina? So basically, can he use his own subject to docs?
Closing with an attorney?
Yeah, he closing with attorney.
is it not okay to use a regular purchase and sale agreement, or are you saying yours?
He said North Carolina, they have an approved purchase. He said they got an approved purchase and sale agreement. I'm not sure, Jermaine, if you're a realtor. Now, if you're a realtor, you may have to check with your broker to see how to work that. But if you're just, you're an investor, the agreement we have or whatever agreement you have should work. I would just send it to your attorney first and let them look at it.
Yeah, I never had a problem with a standard purchase and sale agreement doing a substitute either, as long as the line is in there saying substitute.
Okay. Yeah, so that shouldn't matter. You can use a regular purchase sale agreement, but put subject to in there. The buyer is taking over the property subject to the existing mortgages and liens. What else you put in there? Which means the loan will stay in the seller name. The title will transfer over to my entity name. So make sure you just put that statement in there. You could use a regular sale and purchase agreement. You just got to make sure you put what you're going to do in a special stipulation. Just put that in.
Okay. Or get your doc. If you don't have your doc.
Yeah, or get our docs. We got a subject to package on our website. Is actually 50% off, guys. So it was $150. They're going for $75. So I'll probably run this special for maybe, I don't know, a couple of days. Let's see. Next question, guys. Let's see. It is States of North Carolina. Thank you, Dupree. Good question. Okay. Can a seller cancel their short sale with the bank? I have a lady. I'm going to see her house tomorrow in Decula. She's behind, I believe, $30K on the mortgage and has $13K in back taxes. Lord have mercy. How much? The question is, Elevated Realty, does she have equity in the property? That's a good question. Does she have equity in the property? She's 30,000 behind. Yes, she can start the short sale at any time. So they can just tell the bank they don't want to do it anymore. But you may want to have her, if she's in a short sale, you can have her to cancel the listing agreement, put it on the contract, and then market the property and see if you're going to make at least that $30,000 and bring the back payments current. Depending on how the price range of the house. If it's about 300,000, 250, 300,000, you may be able to get that down payment. It just depends. It's worth a shot, though. I wouldn't cancel the short sale. I'll let it stay in motion. So as long as there's some activity going on with the bank, they usually won't foreclose. As long as there's a modification going on or something going on with the bank, it's in review or a short sale, they normally won't foreclose. But they foreclose when nothing's going on. When the person haven't called the bank, they haven't tried to do any kind of workout with them. They just close their eyes and pray Jesus come, put them 10,000 on the front doorstep. Nah, you got to get out here and make something happen, man. Yeah, but she can cancel the short sale, but I wouldn't cancel it. I probably have her cancel the listing agreement though with that agent. And then you put it on the contract and market it for sale. Just say you get 20,000 down, and then you only got to bring 10 to the table. If the deal worth it though, make sure the deal got some equity. If you got to come out your pocket, make sure the property got a lot of equity.
So Eddie, with the market changing, do you think you're seeing more increase with subject twos or just stable right now?
Right now, it seems like it's still deals, but it seems like it's stable a little bit. Like people are in limbo a little bit. And with Trump giving them 2 months, people that's out the house, it's still a go. But for people who's in the house,
yeah,
they got that extra 2 months. They bucking a little bit. They're like, man, we'll talk later. Talk to me about 2 months. But some of them are ready to go.
I feel, yeah. I was gonna say something. That's what I'm finding in my area. Like people talk to you on the phone, and they may even want to see your contract or do the contract. But their thing is, I don't want to move right now. And then the ones that's in foreclosure is like, well, I got a little time.
Yeah.
So That's why I asked that question in your area.
Yeah, the ones that's in there, they feel like, I got a little time. I'm gonna talk to you later. But the ones who already out, they ready to go.
Yeah, the ones that's vacant, yeah. So I don't know if I want to share this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. So you can try the idea. You don't have to. It just worked for me this week. But the only downside is it was I mailed some letters to some houses that had been on the market MLS for not 90 days, and people say stay away from listed properties. I got a fluctuating of calls this week from people saying, I got your letter, I'm going to keep it, my real estate ain't doing anything. And I let them know I can't really talk to you unless the property is canceled. But I had a lot of people telling me, I want to cancel as soon as this is over. So it was just an idea, just something to throw out, or something else you might want to try besides phone calls. Just sending letters and let people know, hey, if your house don't sell, call me. I may be able to help. I may be able to buy.
Yep, put them in that CRM system where you keep your leads. Guys who don't know what a CRM system is, just a system that you put your leads in. So just a system you put your leads in, especially the ones that you want to follow up with. Put them in there, and it'll send you a reminder. Because you're not going to remember, especially you're dealing with 1,000 leads or better, you're not going to remember to follow up with each and every one of them. That's why that CRM system is so important, because it'll help you keep up with it. And ones that's free, they got some free ones: Trello, Trello, and Podio. Podio, well, both of them now you can integrate them and do all kind of stuff with them now. So it's a million of them, man, tons of them. Some you can buy that have leads already in them, but you still got to get them skip traced. So. Okay, LA Reed, do my subject to docs have instructions on how to fill them out? Yes, it comes with a video. The subject to docs, it's on sale now, 50% off. It's only $75. It does come with a video teaching you how to. Now it doesn't go line for line, but we go through it and tell you what you need to do on each document. So those are 50% off, guys. For I don't know, whenever I decided to pull the plug on it, but they're gonna be on sale for a minute. And the course also. A little bit, she goes 249, the R was 325. Okay, so back to this question. The lady elevated, I think you're a lady, I'm sorry, lady or man, Elevated Realty. So the lady's 30,000 behind. She owed 250, right? She's 30 behind. There's 250. There's 280. 280,000 plus she got a $13,000 lien, tax lien, I think. Let's see. That'll put it at about 290. What is worth three? Damn, that's close. It's only worth 325. Yeah, that's a tight one. The only way I would do that deal, if I can get that 20 or 30,000 from a tenant buyer, but I wouldn't chance my 20 or 30 right now, because that 325 value may go down to 300,000 or lower. Then you're gonna be in there for what is really, you're gonna be in there at cost. Because if she owed 249, let's say 250 plus 30 behind, that's 280. Plus she got a lien of 13,000, is 293. Shoot, that market does tank. It's only going to be worth 293. And just think about it. Now you out of 30 grand. I definitely wouldn't do that unless I'm getting it from a tenant buyer. Because if they buy it on the lease purchase, if it does go down, they could just keep doing the lease purchase until it comes back up, and you do a long-term lease purchase if it drops. Do a long-time lease purchase, 3 years with this buyer, 4 years. They can't buy it until the 3rd year or the 4th year. Yeah, I wouldn't put my money to that one. not out of my pocket. Yeah, now you can get her to do a loan modification, but if she's staying in the property, she mentioned. I'm sorry, guys. So she said the lady's talking about doing a loan modification, but if she's still in the property and get the loan modified, she may not be a motivated seller anymore. Keep that in mind. She's out of the house. Yep. That'd be good to do a loan modification. Okay, we got another question, guys. Damn, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna take, let's see, about 2 more questions, guys, and it's a wrap. It said, have you done a lot of lease purchases with pre-foreclosure? Have you done a lot of sandwich lease with pre-foreclosures? Say that again. No. When we see somebody in pre-foreclosure, hey, we talking a different language, baby. If they talking sandwich lease, they talking French. I'm talking English. We're talking about subject to. If they're behind, it's straight subject to, guys, because if you're not making your payments now, I don't trust you to make them after I done called up the back payments. If I'm coming out of my pocket catching up the back payments, then we're talking ownership. I got to own the property. No ifs, ands, or buts. Need to make sure my investment is secured. So if they're pre-foreclosure, it's owner finance or subject to. That's it. I think it's like 5 or 6 documents come in the subject to course. Somebody asked about the docs. I'm unsure how much she owes, but bank had it. If the bank had it approved, at 215, I would probably see if you can bring a private lender in and do a double closing. Let me know. I may have a buyer for that. Email me at info@mrtransactionengineer.com or DM me or send me a message. I may have a buyer for it if they got to approve at 215. And if it doesn't need a lot of repairs, it's vacant. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Brandon asked, are we still doing sandwich lease even though the market may crash? Yeah, we're still doing them because when you put a person in, we don't know what's going to happen. So we're still doing it, but they have rights. Just say if it crashes, our thing is, well, no problem. We'll give you credit. We'll switch it up. Hey, we'll give you credit for some of your rental payment, but you got to stay here till it comes back up where we can sell it to you. It may be another year, another 2 years, but hey, you're getting credit for it. So we'll give them credit for it. However it goes, we ready. We definitely ready. Any more questions, guys? Last one. Last question of the night. Last question of the night.
Do you think it's a good idea for us to take advantage of the 0 interest rate?
Heck yeah, man. I would definitely take advantage of this interest rate, man. And another thing, guys, if you got good credit and you get your hand on some capital, now would be a good time to get some capital so you can buy some of these subject to properties. Because see, a lot of people, it's not like even if it crashed this time, you're going to get people with equity. Most of the properties going to have equity and decent interest rate. When they crashed back in 08 and 09, these people, man, they had 7-8% interest rate, 10% interest rate. I'm talking about high interest rate. I'm talking about ridiculous interest rate. Man, oh my God, they took advantage of people, man. If y'all want to see what really happened to the market last time it crashed, look at The Big Short. The Big Short. SHORT. Man, go look at that movie. You're gonna see what happened. Man, them banksters, man, we call them gangsters. But them jokers, man, they were just putting out bad mortgages. They didn't care. They was getting paid and they was giving mortgage brokers kickback. We found that out. So if you got this person to sign this adjustable mortgage, you get an extra 1,500 for getting them signed up. Man, oh my God. And then they got a little slap on the wrist. I think one guy from Bank of America went to jail for like a year. Shoot, I do a year for 100 million. Hey, with a smile. Shoot, 100 million. Man, they was killing them, man. But that's the only person got in trouble. One of the guys, it wasn't Bank of America, it was Countrywide before they were bought out by Bank of America, which probably was their other company. It's crazy. But either way it go, if it drop, guys, you're going to have equity and you're going to have some properties with some good interest rates. People going to be leaving these houses and you're going to be able to get them in cash flow. Or you may want to just get them and rent it out. You may want to get them, keep them, and rent them out. It just all depends on the number and all depends on your exit strategy, what you're looking to do. Everybody's goals are different. But I know if you're going to be in this business for the long haul, make sure you get some cash flow. You want to definitely be working on that cash flow. You want to definitely be working on that cash flow. If you got that cash flow, I think I'm about to reverse it, man. Cash flow is king. Because you got it coming in every single month. Man, you cool. Financially free. It's covering your expenses. You're financially free, and that's what it's about. A lot of people looking at me, I want to be a millionaire. But, you know, you may not really believe you could be a millionaire. And if you don't truly, really believe it deep down inside, you'll never get it. You'll never get that million. But it's easier. It'll be more easier to say, you know, I'm financially free. I'll be financially free soon. Speak that life into you. And once you become financially free, it's like you're a millionaire. Your needs are met every single month. You didn't have to go out and work for it. Coming in every single month like clockwork. Yep. Smooth Jazz. You sitting on some money. If you know what you're doing, it all depends on the deal. I know you in California. He said he's sitting on a nice amount of cash. Should he wait till the market turn around? I would definitely make me some good plays with that money you have, like far as buying some subject twos. Only if they got equity though, and you can cash flow a little bit. You don't want to get a property that's only cash flowing 100 grand unless it got a big back end. So it got 30, 40 on the back end or more. And in your market in California, 30, 40 is not nothing. So in California, if it got at least 100 to 200,000 in equity, yeah. Over in Georgia, that's a decent check, 30, 40,000 in equity. California, man, that's peanuts, certain parts. Smooth Jazz, make sure you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, that's cool. Email me again, info at Mr. Transaction. I'll get you Rosanna number. She told me it's okay to give y'all her email. She's out there in the West Coast too. Make sure you got somebody. If you got money, guys, make sure you're dealing with people who know what they're doing. Don't be with some people guessing. Oh, I think this might work. Boom, you done blew all your savings. You better deal with somebody who knows what they're doing. You want to keep your money. And you can learn that from The Richest Man in Babylon. Now, that's a cold book. It was written a long time ago. The Richest Man in Babylon, but they teach you about the principles of money that have still relevant today. Oh my God, that book that book amazing. The Richest Man in Babylon. Please read that, guys. It'll teach you about money. Y'all know I gotta hit you with one more nugget before we end this call.
How does everybody feel about the coronavirus? It's kind of crazy.
Coronavirus. What is that? I don't know. I just say as long as your immune system is high, then you're cool. You should be good. You just got to get it. Where do you get those scripts? Dang. Just look up pH scripts. P is in Paul, H is in Harry. Scripts, and you can urinate. You urinate and dip it in dip the script inside of your urinate with your pee. Hey, dip it in there, and it'll let you know how high your pH is. If you got a high pH, like over 7 or 8, that means your body not full of acid and your immune system is high. If it's below 5, then you're in danger. So if something happens, you get sick easy. So make sure you check your pH. Hey, man, I'm a big advocate of holistic stuff, so I'm taking all my stuff every day. Elderberry, black seed oil, colloidal silver. Also, guys, Sharice, I read about that peroxide. Look up that food grade peroxide.
I told you about that, the 35%.
Yeah, I bought a book on it and read it like the same day. I forgot the name of it, guys. It's dang. Did I send you the book? I thought I sent you the book. I know you told me about it, and I went online and found the book. Look up that food grade peroxide though. It's supposed to clean everything in your body, guys. Everything in your whole body. I know my cousin, shout out to my cousin, he was an alcoholic, man, for he's like 40, he'll be 40 this year. He started drinking when he was 12, I think. 12 or 13. So man, he used to pass out, man. He used to drink so bad, but he got on that peroxide. And they tell you in the book, but I didn't tell him. I just gave him the peroxide to clean his body. But God bless him, man. It took the taste out of his mouth. He don't even drink anymore. So it's some powerful stuff. It was some powerful stuff. And he used to drink so bad that he couldn't even walk. He'd get like paralyzed. If he drank too bad one of those days, he'd get paralyzed where he couldn't even walk, man. He needed to tell that testimony because I know he could bring some people through with that one, man. He couldn't even walk. But now, he got it out of his life. And hey, man, he's blessed, man. He's really happy too. So read about that food grade hydrogen peroxide. I know it works miracles.
It definitely makes it on its own. Psychic hustle.
Guys, make sure y'all read this book too. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. It's a lot of stuff they don't tell us for a reason, but it's our job after 18 to keep researching. It said you are like a captain navigating a ship. He must give the right orders, and likewise, you must give the right orders, which is your thoughts and your images, to your subconscious mind, which controls and governs all your experiences. Never use the terms I can't afford it or I can't do this. Your subconscious mind takes you at your word and sees to it that you do not have the money or the ability to do what you want to do. Affirm, I can do all things through the power of my subconscious mind. I can do all things through God. Hey, It's all about that mind, guys. God bless y'all. Have a good night. See you next Thursday. Peace.
Thanks.
Guys, God bless you, man. And all that not getting, man, get understanding, man. It's all up here. It's all up here. They don't teach us about money. And they don't teach us about the power that lies between this head, man. Oh my God, it's so powerful. Learn, guys. Keep growing. Keep going, man. God bless you. Love you guys to your success, man. Keep going. Make it happen. Go to the site, guys. Everything 50% off so you can help yourself. Go out there and take action, man. Go out there and take action and win. God bless you. Have a good night. Peace.